Oh, hey, episode 25,
Your
SpongeBob
guys'
podcast.
phones are not broken.
Yeah, your phone's not broken. I'm just pretty distracted right now. Episode 25, SpongeBob podcast. We're back with another one. We're talking about SpongeBob or maybe One Piece, one of the two. Not One Piece though. That shit sucks, right?
What? I thought One Piece was decent.
Did you really? Even though it's 400 episodes of filler,
I don't watch the filler.
you don't watch the filler?
Not all of it.
Fake fan.
Yeah, might be a bit of a fake fan. I got something to share.
Okay,
I hit champ on Rocket, and
let's
you didn't
go.
formally congratulate me.
Oh, well, consider this a formal congratulations of your
Where's the letter in the mail?
letter in the mail.
Like you
Well,
sent me a letter to
yeah,
congratulate?
keep an eye out for the mailman, although I wouldn't say get your hopes up too high.
Oh, but I did hit champ, and
Okay.
I played a few games after I got into champ.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, you following? I dropped right out.
Oh no.
So
Hold
I'm
on.
so I'm back in diamond.
I gotta cancel a mail real quick. Hold on.
It's such a difficult it's such a difficult game.
Can I see your face when you're on your computer doing something that you don't quite know how to do? This is mine.
It's such a funny question. I can't do it without laughing because I do definitely have a face. Let me see. Let me see. All right. Yeah, I get very like scrunchy if I'm
I'm a
like
I'm a big mouth agape kind of guy. I also noticed last night as I was watching back part of my stream that I'm always touching my face.
Oh, you were streaming twitch.tv/Flame Cerberus?
Correct. That's
Wow, let's
correct.
go. You guys got to
Streaming
tune in. Check that out.
streaming to the audience of one person.
But you are an affiliate.
I am an affiliate.
Yeah, and
Uh,
and dude, was that moment hitting affiliate like awesome or what?
It was. I mean, honestly, bro, like I had a good thing going with my small audience, and then I ruined it, and I'll never have that again. And I took them for granted.
Why
So
did you, what like, so was it really even like, I don't want to stream, or was it more just life happens?
life happens for sure.
Like
Um,
days come up where you just can't, you know?
Life happens for sure. Maybe part of it, like I don't know. I had a hard time growing my audience outside of like GeoGuessr, and like I just don't really like playing GeoGuessr that much these days. So like, what are you gonna do?
Outside of GeoGuessr. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. It's all about being on the hot games.
Yeah, kinda. Well, like, so I was perusing the Twitch browsing screen last night trying to see like what are people watching these days, like what can I hop on that potentially I could have fun with and also people would want to watch. And I'm like, dude, these days it's just like
Wait,
there's
do you hear that noise? Oh, it stopped. It did stop already. Hopefully that doesn't pick up, but sorry to Scott, our only listener, if you heard that.
wait, what was it, what happened?
It was
I
just,
didn't.
it sounded like if you step on a cord, it was making that little like, "Rrrr."
Huh?
But
Step
it's
on a
gone now.
step
It's
on a
gone.
cord?
You don't even listen to that example. Don't even listen.
Is it on my end or your end?
I think it might have been on my end, but I just either way, the noise is over. It was only a brief moment, and you
why are
didn't
you
hear it, so maybe our fans won't.
why are you freaking out about it?
Yeah, honestly, guys, give us 10 minutes. It'll be silent for the next 10 minutes while I figure out what that was. I won't cut any of it just because I think that'd be better for the show.
Are we being entertaining right now or are we just like rambling?
I think it's pretty entertaining to just like riff and do whatever. I do have stuff prepared if you want to get into that.
Should we do we have anything else to talk about?
Other than Champ and Rocket, things haven't been going crazy. What have your gaming adventures been like? What were you streaming?
I was playing chess. I was playing chess, and I actually had such a funny play that I tried to clip. But like, chess is not a very clippable game because like, my plan that I was laying out took several turns to unfold, and so like, yeah, like the ending was really funny, but like, you kind of have to know what was going on context wise, you know?
So would it have been like a 2 minute clip as well?
Yeah, I mean, I could have just done the end, but like, yeah, the end would have been fine. It was funny. It was kind of funny because like I was so dead to rights, but like I made a play where like I was just trying to bait him super hard into like doing something stupid, and he did, and I checkmated him on a funny kind of checkmate. But So it was funny in a way, but yeah, nobody was really watching. I'm not very good at chess, so I can't imagine why people would want to play. But yeah, so that was that. I'm also working really hard right now to untangle this necklace. Looks like this. I'm getting really close, and then or this is making me think about a lot of like stuff that requires working with your hands. Do you consider yourself good with your hands, working with your hands?
Yeah, I do. I very much do consider myself good with my hands, yeah.
Wow, that's you feel pretty strongly about that, huh?
Well, I mean, are we talking like untangling necklaces? Like, give me one. I got you.
I'm talking like untangling necklaces. Like, how about mounting a TV?
Mounting a T. You see, this is the thing with me. I've realized any task like that, I can bang it out easy if I actually like give it the proper like time and attention and care.
Hmm.
But far too often, I find myself flying through building shit when I don't want to build it and I'm missing steps. I'm missing crucial steps and I'm like, why is this broken? They gave me a faulty thing and it's never faulty. It's never faulty, bro. So maybe honestly with this explanation right here, no, I'm not very good with that. Or it
Here's
just
the
depends on the
problem.
day, bro.
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem I have with this kind of stuff. So I have to mount my TV, which is why I asked you about that. And so, like, I've been asking people some advice, and it's like, motherfuckers, like, they expect everything to just like be so chill. Like, oh yeah, just like, mount your TV. Oh, okay. Then you bought a mount. Okay. Now you just need to, put it in the wall in the correct way. Make sure you don't put it in the drywall directly. You want to put it in the studs. And I'm like, okay, how do I know where those are? They're like, oh yeah, just get a stud finder, no problem, easy. And I'm like, okay, I'll get a stud finder. And then I'm like, hey, how do I make sure this is like straight? They're like, oh, you don't have a level? Go get a level. It's easy. And
Oh,
then
you
at
need a
some point you're
level,
fucking
bro.
exactly. And then you're buying half the fucking hardware store. And your TV still isn't fucking mounted, and you spent more money than you could have just fucking paid some asshole to come into your apartment and do it. So it's like, I don't know, dude. Fucking stuff with your hands, like if I have all the materials in front of me, I believe in myself and my ability to do it. But like too often people act like getting the necessary equipment is like super easy and cheap and fun. Whereas like a lot of this shit is not that cheap and a lot of this shit is like no fun to deal with, you know?
But some of those things are one-time purchases.
Not if you lose it.
When you were a kid, did you ever want to drink the level juice?
The level juice? There's juice in the level?
You don't see that?
I don't think I have a level. And now that you're talking about juice, I definitely don't have a fucking level because I don't
Bro,
know.
okay, I know. See, I know where my level is because I'm a normal human, and
Oh
I'm gonna
my
get my
god.
level real
How
quick.
often do you use your level? Okay, I'll fill the space. What the fuck is he talking about? I know where my level is. If you're using your level more than like one time a year, then like
Might have lost my level, dude.
legit, like what are you a fucking like plumber? Like what are you doing? Like you're
Dude,
not
you
that
don't know
guy,
my level,
pal.
bro?
You're not that fucking guy. Listen to him, bro. Level under the bed too. Not even like in a toolbox downstairs. He's
No
got one
way.
fucking handy under the bed. What a dumb fuck, bro. I'm sorry, but like, what is money for? You know,
No
what is
way.
money for? Pay some asshole to do it for you.
Wow.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Dickhead. Fuck you. What's going on, bro? You doing good? Asshole. Loser.
I actually am a little bit embarrassed
Why? What's going on?
because I talked a lot of shit last week about how I don't lose shit and I know where shit is, but I cannot
Uh-huh.
seem to find my level right now.
Really? You can't find the level?
No, but do you really not know what I mean by level juice, bro?
I feel like I've heard it before, but also I think that I actually was gifted a level as a present after I told other people that I don't have a level. They're like,
I feel
me
like
when somebody else doesn't have a level?
you're honestly gonna be the crazy one here because people know what level juice is, bro.
I mean,
Like,
I can imagine, but like, I think
but
I got a laser one. I got a laser level, electric level,
electric level.
AI level. I don't know.
I'm so sick of this new generation, man.
Maybe it wasn't even like a level. Maybe it was something else entirely.
And y'all have the electric lighter as well.
Yeah, we do. I don't like those things.
No, dude, go with the Bic, bro.
Yeah.
Classic.
Although it is annoying when you have to keep like buying lighters.
What? It's not like you're smoking hella cushion cigarettes.
Well, you gotta light a candle, bro. I mean, you're lighting that shit up like once, twice a day. How often are you fucking lighting up a cigarette these days, huh? Fucking
Zero, bro.
yeah,
Zero.
exactly. So then, like, wait, maybe that's
Okay,
a point.
wait, do you see this? Let me get my finger on it. Whoa, why is this so
Are we
difficult?
doing like a vision test? I'm trying to follow your finger.
This. You ever seen one of these?
Looks like a candle in a jar.
Pretty much. It's a wax warmer. You ever hear of one of those?
No,
It's just like basically you put the wax in, it gets all hot, it melts the wax, and you don't have to light anything.
that's kind of
Solves
fun.
solves everything in one problem, bro.
But isn't like having the open flame on a candle kind of half the fun?
Uh-huh, definitely. I've seen that argument from candle lovers. It's just, part of the aesthetic.
Uh-huh. Is it still dangerous to have that thing on and unsupervised, or is it take the danger out of it too?
It takes a lot of the danger out of it. I mean, you might get like a major inconvenience if like, your pet bumps into it and like knocks it over and then you have a bunch of wax on the floor.
Uh-huh.
But that's
I
about the
can
worst it
I
gets.
can I say something stupid?
Yeah.
And like fire safety people, please cover your ears. I don't want you to come for me. But everybody's always so tweak about like make sure you never leave a room unsupervised with a candle or never leave your apartment for 5 minutes with a candle going. And it's like, what's gonna happen? The thing's like pretty well insulated in the fucking candle, like do these things like sometimes spontaneously combust? Like I've never seen it.
Yeah, I don't know. I
They're
feel like it's
like,
kind of like one of those things, like I said there. Like, what if you have like a pet and he bumps
well,
into
if
the
that's one thing,
table?
fine. But I feel like I've like heard stories or like in media, they've been like, oh, they burned down, they left the candle going, and they're like, ah. But it's like typically that's gonna be totally fine unless like something knocks it over, right?
Left
And
the
even
candle going.
even then, like, what exactly is flammable? Because the wax isn't gonna like start something on fire, is it? It would have to be the open flame landing on something flammable, which like
Huh. You're actually
I
opening
don't
my eyes
know.
a little bit.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I must be missing something, right? Because everybody's very
Well,
adamant about
maybe once it gets like too hot, it starts a problem.
it starts lighting on fire. Like what? No, it doesn't. Gets too hot. What gets too hot?
Like the
The
bottom of it and
wax
it, the no, like the thing that's holding the candle and it's like on like a wood table or like near some papers and then it's so
starts the
hot.
table on fire. Come on, bro. You're born yesterday. How about this? When you extinguish your candles, do you blow them out or do you snuff them?
I blow them out, bro.
Okay.
I'm not 10 anymore, bro. I used to love doing that when I was 10, okay?
Oh, damn. Okay. What's wrong with enjoying a little bit of a snuff? It's fun. I used to do that with my old roommate's candles, and he'd get pissed because then he would open up the lid and show me all like the burnt part under the lid. He'd be like, "See what happens?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And then when I walked away, I'm like, "Why is that a bad thing?"
Wait, the perm part on the lid, that's from when you put that's from the psychos who just put the lid back on the candle and let it extinguish that way.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I do.
Oh, I thought you meant you do like tss.
Oh, ew! What? That's less psycho to you? That's completely psycho. Oh, are you kidding me? You're like, oh yeah, the psychos who put the lid on. What freaks? I always just fucking lick my fingers
No, I
and put it
called
out
those
like
kids
I'm
a 10. I
fucking.
said that's 10-year-old shit if you lick your finger. That's what I was referring to. If you lick your finger and put the candle out, that's 10-year-old shit.
Okay, first of all, no, it's not. Second of all, that's psycho. Third of all, how is it psycho to just put the lid on?
It's just lame.
I think it's fun watching
Like
it go
blow it
out
out.
slowly. I do think there's something
Unless if
about
you're
like
one of those people that like the aroma of like the smoke a little bit and they like to and if you want to avoid that, then I think it's pretty base to put the lid right on while it's still lit. But if you don't care for the smell, because that's what I really hate, the smell of it.
really, I like the smell of it.
Of like when you blow it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's sometimes sickening to me.
I yeah, I don't know. I do think there's you're not supposed to because of like the air that gets trapped in it is like not good. But I don't know. I've never heard somebody call that psycho, or at least more psycho than fucking using your bare hands and
Oh,
fingers
I'm
to do it.
exaggerating, dude. Like we're literally about to post this to Spotify. Our numbers are down. I'm trying to
Okay,
exaggerate
no.
things.
I've never done that with my fingers. I'm always too scared.
I've done it.
Does
Let
it
me think
hurt?
back to the time in my life that I did that. How old was I?
Did it hurt?
Hmm,
10?
12?
Did it hurt? Did it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt, dude. But you have to get your fingers kind of gross.
But it
Like
looks like it would hurt.
you need a good amount of spit.
You like sucking on your fucking fingers.
Well, that's why I'm saying it's a childish thing to do because only children are okay with putting that much spit on their fingers and, and grabbing a candle.
They should make adult finger lubricant for putting out fire. I guess they make adult lubricant already,
What?
don't they?
What, you just leave it next to your candle forever?
Yeah. Everyone's like, hey, what's that next to your candle? Oh, that's my lube.
Okay.
Pause.
Dude, okay,
Yeah.
let's go on to a segment, bro. Let's go on to a segment.
All right, all right,
This
all
is
right.
a show after all.
And
Okay, so do you want segment A or segment
hey,
B?
hey. Everybody's like, oh, should I watch Steins Gate the second season first and then stop and then go to the first season? No. Did you watch it chronologically as the creator intended?
All right.
Oh my God.
Do you see the screen?
I do. Is that just pizza?
So this is a little game known as Keep Five, Cut Five.
Wow.
So five of these you're keeping, and five of them you're getting rid of.
Did you
And-
mean to duplicate Banshees of Inisherin?
oh my God. Fuck me, dude. And that's not good.
Segment B. Segment B.
Segment B. Segment B. Okay, well, segment B is like kind of on my phone,
Uh-oh.
and I do have it prepared on my phone. I'll fix that up for the second half of the pod.
Okay.
Um, okay, so I saw this question on somebody else's show, and it
Uh-huh.
was a fan that asked them this question.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to say for, I am stealing some content here,
Uh-huh.
but I
We're gonna do
paused
it.
it right before they answered because I didn't want to
Uh-huh.
hear what they had to say because I didn't want to use any of that on the show today.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
How many times in a day would somebody have to bring up Connecticut before you got a little bit nervous? So like you go to the coffee shop, somebody says Connecticut. You go get your food, somebody says Connecticut to you. You go whatever, dude. You're just walking on the street, somebody said like how many times would somebody have to say Connecticut in a day to you before you get a little bit
Not that
worried?
many. Not that many. Not that many.
Does that have to
I
do with Connecticut itself or just
Yes.
like
So I just recently went to Connecticut and I discovered that there is literally nothing in Connecticut whatsoever. It's like maybe the worst state in the union. I hopped on the commuter rail in New Haven where Yale is, and I was expecting it to be kind of fun. No, it's horrible. And then I went on all the stops from Connecticut into New York. Horrible. Nothing good going on in Connecticut. And on the drive to New Haven at the commuter rail, nothing. Like legit, it's the most fucked up state I've ever been to in my life. So therefore, anybody who like one time I would be like, oh, I was just there, it sucked. Twice I'd be like, what's going on?
so you think two times it was all it would take before you're like, what
Yes,
the
there's
fuck?
no reason. There's no reason for someone to bring up Connecticut. There's just none. Like there actually is none. Like I'm concerned about somebody one time. One time, anybody can bring up one thing one time. It is what it is. Twice, I know something's up.
Damn,
You know?
bro.
Because it's fucked up. It's a fucked up state, bro. It is a fucked up state.
So it couldn't even
What?
be like that, like just normal in passing. Like, what if you just heard two people like walking down the street and they said the word Connecticut?
Honestly,
And it was
okay,
like the
so
third time you heard it that day.
I'm imagining I'm getting my coffee in the morning. Somebody's like wearing a Connecticut sweater and is like, and so, I'm gonna be like Connecticut, what? And then I'm like, maybe I'm picking up my lunch and like somebody's talking about like, oh yeah, me and my friends are heading to Connecticut, later this week. I would go up to their table and like put my like fingers through their face to make sure they're not like AI, because like that's not real. That's not real. That motherfucker right there is not Connecticut. And Anybody claiming to have things to say about Connecticut, I am worried about. So that's me. That's 2 times a day for me.
2 times a day. See, I think I would need a lot more than that before I get like actually nervous. Like I'm
Okay.
thinking I need at least like 5 plus before I'm like, what the fuck?
5 plus.
To get actual nervous, bro. Because I'm imagining it like in such a innocent way. Like obviously if somebody comes up to me and like whispers in my ear Connecticut and I turn around and he's gone, I'd be like, fuck. All I need is one then. But like if it's just like I see it on TV, oh, that's strange. Scroll TikTok, oh, weird. One of my boys brings it up in Discord. Huh, that's maybe three is getting a little bit weird.
Yeah, dude. I feel like three is
And then I
you
hear
know,
if I hear a fourth, maybe four is my number, bro. Because that would push me over the edge. Because I haven't,
yeah.
in fact, I haven't talked about Connecticut this much, maybe ever.
Well, they have the basketball team,
Oh, Yukon.
but like, is that Connecticut or is that the
No,
UConn
that's not.
basketball
Yeah,
team?
that's not the same.
Okay, then in
Like
that
somebody has
case,
to
yeah.
say the full word. Like nobody says
I
University of
legit don't
Connecticut.
think no one's like brought up Connecticut in my entire life, until I went through it and I figured out what was going on over there. Nothing good. I can't think like
You're
I
describing it like
also
it's Fallout New Vegas, bro.
it kind of is, and also I have to say, in the Northeast, how Vermont and New Hampshire kind of do like this thing together. They're very vertical states.
Uh-huh.
I thought that Connecticut was also sharing that kind of shape with them, and was
No,
like
it's
one of
like
those poles up
this.
there. Yeah, it's like a fucking hot dog, and that blew my mind. So it's not even a hot dog; it's like a sub. It's pretty small. It's like a 6-inch sub, and like it sucks. So yeah, I mean, there's no reason for anyone like you're on the water in Connecticut, but all the fun stuff on the water is in Rhode Island, is what I learned. Like Rhode Island is beautiful and has like fantastic beaches. Connecticut is disgusting. Although I do think Taylor Swift has a spot in Connecticut. Maybe that's one thing somebody could bring up, innocently. It's like, oh yeah, Taylor Swift's place in Connecticut. I'd be like, okay, you're a little too into Taylor Swift.
Yeah, definitely.
And then like, if a second person brought it up, I'd be like, okay, either something happened with Taylor Swift or I don't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do you want to hear what these boys had to say about it?
Sure,
Because
let's listen to
I,
what they had to
I
say.
I'm low key curious because I never even I never heard it. And I've been wanting to do this segment for a little bit. All right, you
What
see
if they
this?
like? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't hear it.
Oh, I can hear it. I'm locked in. Wait, you can't hear that?
Maybe it's just me then. I don't know. I can't hear it.
I wonder if that's like a fucking like TikTok thing
Or a Zoom thing. Just
or
maybe
Zoom thing.
play it through and maybe it'll show up on the pod.
All right, yeah. And I'll explain it. Okay, so one said three, one said 6 to 8. That might be a horrible segment if they can't hear that.
Wow. Do you want to like what? Whose podcast and stuff? Do you want to give them some?
Yeah, that's
Some.
Breadbasket. I'm sure you guys are familiar. They are like killing the game for sure. They're all over my TikTok feed, and they recently started a show, and it's entertaining. They're just like goofy goobers, bro. They like to do like brain rot, honestly, and like just like do it at its best. A
Yeah.
bunch of like games against each other. It's kind of what I imagine this show being at some point.
Yeah,
Not
that's really cool.
not exactly like it, but
Yeah. Are they
yeah.
funnier than us?
Breadbasket, they're funnier in certain ways, I'd say, but I've been seeing a lot of this lately about like you need to have like a better vocabulary to be a podcaster, and I've been taking it to
Really?
heart. I've been like I'm gonna try to use better words throughout the shows.
Hmm. Hmm.
Cause they always
Stupendous.
just say like if you're like ever in like you're fucking up a joke or you're in the middle of something stupid, but then you like pull out like a fucking S tier word, all of a sudden it's like okay, yeah. Like think of it
Hmm.
as a viewer,
Yeah.
somebody can't get their word across, but then they just like drop like an insane word, you know?
Absolutely. I'm trying to only speak in like S tier words now. Um. Uh. Therefore, subsequently, thus our next segment.
Um, yeah, that's an acceptable, excellent, favorable, pleasing. Okay, I'm fucking up here. I'm on a fifth. I'm on a fifth fourth.
Yo.
I actually did a lisp though there. I was just making fun of myself.
Okay, okay, good, good, good.
So I honestly think we should stop it here because I fucked up that other segment and we should just pick it up in the next session so I can go fix that mistake.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I have to say something.
Yeah, what do you got to say to the embers?
I want to
Scott
say,
is listening.
okay, okay. I want to say, concluding this auditory discourse, we now draw the curtains on this erudite symposium, leaving our listeners to ruminate upon the profundities shared henceforth until the next session. Thanks, everybody.
Hey guys, welcome back. Second session vibes. Here we go. Everybody always tells us the second session is carrying the show, bro. Without the second session, you guys would be maybe averaging 6 views per show.
Take the fucking mic out of your throat, bro. We're the fucking Flameside podcast, not the Talk to a podcast.
If she don't talk to her, I don't want to talk to her.
Oh no. Can
All
we
right,
cut?
Shane, take
Can
a
we
look at the
cut?
Keep
Can
5,
we
Cut
cut?
5, revised and looking fucking
Spirited
amazing.
Away.
So Spirit Away is the other one that I was trying to get in there. So you're gonna have to keep 5 of these, Shane, and you're gonna have to cut 5 of these. Where are you gonna go? Let's start with this. Give me one cut and one keep right off the rip. That's usually how they do it. One cut and one keep.
Okay, I think an easy cut is gonna have to be Arcane here. Although I love Arcane, it doesn't stack up in this area. It's not gonna stack up.
Arcane's cut. All right, what do you keep in? One keep.
I'm gonna keep. I thought it was about to be Game of Thrones, but when I really think about it, like I have so much bad things to say about Game of Thrones that I'm not sure. I want to think about that later.
What's like an obvious keep? Is there none for you?
Probably coffee. I need to keep coffee.
Okay. So you're keeping coffee, cutting arcane. All right,
Yeah.
give me another cut.
It starts to get hard here. Starts to get really hard. Breaking Bad's honestly on the brink.
Oh,
Because I like Breaking Bad a lot, but like I was the best parts of Breaking Bad entertained me, if like that makes sense. Whereas the best parts of some of this other stuff like really got to a fun spot with me. So Breaking Bad's on the brink. Coraline's on the brink. Although I love Coraline, I kind of struggle with like the replay value of Coraline because I've seen Coraline several times now and I still enjoy it. I don't know. I like it.
I've never
Um,
checked it out.
what? How have you never seen Coraline?
I also haven't seen Spirited Away still.
Yeah, that's more forgivable. Um, fuck. I can't cut Game of Thrones. I can't cut Over the Garden Wall. Squid Game, I could maybe cut,
Oh.
but I don't think I would cut it before like Breaking Bad. Spirited Away, I could maybe cut. Banshees, I could maybe cut. Breaking Bad, I could cut.
Okay,
Coraline, I could
you
maybe
have
cut.
okay, well you still have to keep 5, my boy.
Pizza is such a weird one here because it's like,
Well, if you cut pizza, you can't have pizza ever again, bro. I thought that was gonna be a gimme.
yeah, I'm gonna have to keep pizza probably. Okay, I am going to cut Breaking Bad. I don't think it makes it out.
Okay, so Breaking Bad and Arcane are cut, and
Yes,
both of the food items are kept so far.
yes.
Now we've got exclusively shows and movies.
Okay, okay. I've got so that's 6 pieces of media remaining.
Six
Okay.
pieces of media remaining.
Um, I know I'm keeping one. Uh, I'm going to have to cut Banshees of Inisherin. I
Oh,
love it, but I'm just never gonna watch it again. You know, like I'm not
okay.
gonna lose sleep over it. I'm going to keep Over the Garden Wall because I just think it's so fun. I love Over the Garden Wall.
Wow. That was
Yes.
unexpected.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if I would have guessed before this, I would have thought you would have kept. I would have thought you would have done the opposite there, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I do love like I said though, it's like Banshees is a lot of fun, but I'm never gonna flip it back on the screen, you know? Like I got what I needed out of it. Over the Garden Wall, I would absolutely watch again. Um, okay,
I'll watch it
so
tonight.
that's three of three. I've got Game of Thrones, Spirited Away, Squid Game, and Coraline left. Okay, I am going to have to cut, despite my positive feeling towards it already expressed. I'm going to have to cut Coraline. I'm going to keep Game of Thrones. I'm going to cut Spirited Away. I'm going to keep Squid Game. My reasoning being
Wow.
that Coraline and Spirited Away, it's actually tough. I would totally watch both of those again. Those are really tough cuts. But, like, oh man. Here's the thing about Squid Game. I'm kind of bouncing around, but like I really, really want to rewatch Squid Game because I kind of like had weird moments of watching it. Like I watched it when I was like drinking a couple times and like didn't really get out of it what I wanted to. I was like rushing through it. I feel like I really need to rewatch Squid Game. So like I before I would want to cut it off of anything, I would want to give it a proper redo. Um, Coraline I can cut because although I do think it's really, really fun, it's sort of like Breaking Bad in the sense where the benefit for me kind of ends at the entertainment level, whereas like I do think Game of Thrones, well, I wouldn't say Game of Thrones really did much from the other sides besides entertainment. Maybe it did. I don't know. I love Game of Thrones so much. Early seasons make that clear. So, and then Spirited Away is also a really, really hard one to cut. Really, really hard one to cut. Like I just think I could cut it because I know I need to rewatch Squid Game, and Game of Thrones hit peaks of TV that I don't think have been reached by anything else on this list. So that's why. That's the reasoning.
So you
Okay.
got three animations cut.
I guess I'm cutting all of the. No, I'm keeping Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 animations are cut.
Oh, I didn't see Arcane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how it is.
And you got to keep the food, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm too addicted to coffee, and like pizza is like just a bit too convenient right now for me in New York, to where like I got to keep it around. Although, dude, I don't got a fucking oven in my new place. They have this like microwave oven combo type beat where like they want you to use it as both, and I'm not gonna cook a pizza in the fucking microwave, bro. So no more frozen pizzas for me. Not that I've been eating too many of them anyway, but I am a little disappointed in that. So
Those are good for like pizzas you made like from scratch, though.
sure, yeah, I guess, but like,
You can never do that.
fuck no.
So how did you? I wanted to ask, did I do a good job of compiling 10 things? Was that
For
like
sure.
difficult for you?
Yeah, that it got really hard. I think that if you would have thrown like a Steins Gate in there, I could have like
Ah,
totally been thrown for a loop, or even like something like from
I
my
probably would have
childhood.
thrown
Like
like AOT in there before I threw in Steins
it's
Gate.
a good thing you didn't because I would have cut AOT pretty early.
AOT would have got the cut.
Yeah, I was as much as I think AOT is a great show, I am really annoyed with parts of it and think that like I could do without it totally fine. Um, but yeah,
Steins Gate would
yeah,
have made it tricky.
Steins Gate would have made it very tricky because I would have been leaning towards cutting it, but like that show means a lot to me, so I don't know if I could have.
What about
Um,
everything everywhere? How would that have done in there?
could have cut it honestly. Would have been cut
That would have been a cut.
probably. Yeah, I think
I
so.
was kind of
I'm not
thinking, dude, I
sure.
was low key thinking like I was not going to do everywhere. More so, I thought you would have honestly kept it though.
I might have actually maybe it would have been a good one because my first instinct was to cut, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure I could. I think I'm getting swayed by annoying people about everything everywhere all at once. Some people are just so fucking frustrating talking about that movie. Like, oh, that time at the tweet I saw about it,
No.
somebody on Twitter was like, remember that time when like you had to be so afraid of saying anything negative about everything everywhere all at once because somebody would show up to like beat the fuck out of you? Obviously they're joking, but it's like acting like nobody was allowed to critique that movie. Like, bro, if you didn't like the movie, like go ahead and say it. I can guarantee you, one, no one's gonna give a fuck what you say, no one's gonna bother you, and two, like if you have what is obviously a bad opinion about the movie, fucking congratulations. Like motherfuckers, when they don't like something that's universally liked, like see themselves as such a fucking like matador of the fucking world. Like, oh, I'm standing up for what's righteous. Like, no, dude, like you probably just like didn't get it or something. Like, I don't know what to tell you. No, I shouldn't say that. That's too mean. They probably got it. They just like whatever. They just didn't like it. Fine, whatever. But like, you're not special, you know? Like, I'm sorry to tell you, like, many people probably didn't like it that much and are just not being annoying about it. So that it's just, I don't know.
Sometimes
People,
not liking something though could be as simple as like you were just like having an awful day.
sure, yeah, I do have experiences like that where watching something in the wrong headspace, which I do think many people have a problem with Game of Thrones. If you're not in the headspace to like get into a Game of Thrones esque show, you're not going to enjoy it. You know,
Oh
you need to be
yeah.
you need to be committed to the fact that like you're about to watch something that you need to like lock in for. You know,
Oh yeah.
sometimes motherfuckers will be like, "Oh yeah, I couldn't really get into it. I was on my phone a little bit," and it's like, well, there you go, bro.
Yeah, you're cooked.
Yeah, yeah, that
That's
is.
kind of that's part of the barrier for me to like a barrier of entry for that show, man. Like,
Uh huh.
dang, I know I'm gonna have to like really watch it and like long episodes and like
Uh huh. It does require a bit of attention. It came pretty easily to me. I think I find this a pretty common experience between people of like they tried to watch it and then like they couldn't get through the episode one or two, and then like a year or two later they came back to it and said like, all right, I'm gonna try to like get through a couple episodes, and then like once you do, you're kind of hooked, you know. So
yeah.
like it's weird how like I've talked to more than like two or three people who had that same exact experience of like they dropped it, they didn't think they were gonna like it, and then they eventually came around to it, which was my experience, and I do think that it was worth it. I want to express, if I haven't done so enough, that late season Game of Thrones is no better than like your average like NCIS on CBS on like a fucking Thursday night. It's so bad, but
If
yeah,
I were to watch Break or not Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones at this point, it would be I would have that exact experience because I did try it probably like a year or two, maybe 3 years ago at this point. I like tuned out after the first episode.
uh
I didn't
huh,
even finish the first episode.
uh-huh, yeah, because it's like it just takes a lot to get used to that world, and that's why also when I watched House of the Dragon, I had that like realization of like what it's like to watch Game of Thrones having already been into the universe, you know, because like when they're saying like family names and using the fucking dialect that George R. R. Martin uses, like it's so fucking confusing at first, you know, of like who is this family, where are they from, what is this place, like they and I do like the fact that they don't hit you over the head with it. Like they use it very conversationally, you know? And like I think that's fun because like you're very much so like already a part of the universe, not having to be told like a baby. But once you have the background of having like been in the universe for a bit and watched even Game of Thrones and then watched House of the Dragon, it becomes so much easier to enjoy the early parts of it, you know? So like that's why I think going and rewatching the first episode and like makes it a lot easier to get into because like you know the vibe, you know these are like different families,
Yeah.
you know what's going on. It's a little easier to track, which I think is cool.
Yeah, at this point, if I do go back into it, I know exactly. Like I'm going into it expecting that.
Uh huh.
And I'm trying to like, deal with it.
Makes it easier, and like it makes it easier for you to like hold your nose through like the expositionary phase, which I don't think is very long. Game of Thrones. I don't consider Game of Thrones one of those shows where it's like, oh, watch the first X episodes and you'll be good. Like it's not like that in my opinion. I think Game of Thrones is really great off the rip. Um, there are several shows in which I would say watch the first episodes. You know, I'm trying to think. Actually, I'm having
That's One
struggle.
Piece.
That's One Piece for sure.
But that's like a
I,
couple hundred episodes,
I
maybe.
think like anime in general like definitely falls into that trap of like needing time to speed up. They for whatever reason, especially in that like what's the genre of like the fuck shit hold on
Multiverse.
no hold on, I'm looking this up.
Endgame?
It, shonen anime is a genre where it's like Naruto or One Piece, where it's like typically male protagonist, like you know, develops into like a evil fighting person. Typically, with that kind of shit, you're gonna get like a very long and painful like you know growing arc where the main character sucks at everything and like gets their ass kicked several times, and like when you've watched enough it gets so annoying because you just understand how formulaic it is and like how barren of any like unique traits of the show where it's like, yep, character gets his ass kicked, goes to some fucking training arc, some tournament probably where he like overperforms and then proceeds to get his ass kicked for a couple more seasons till it's fun. And it's like, the payoff is always fun because like, wow, I watched all that shit for this. That's great. And then when you watch like your fourth anime and it's like season 2 and they're still like fucking training, you're like, oh my god, bro, you know?
Yeah. Luffy starts off pretty strong though.
Does he?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's an idiot, right?
He's an idiot. He's
And
a bumbling idiot.
how long is he an idiot for?
I'm like about to be 600 episodes in. He's the same old Luffy.
How many episodes in am I still gonna be like, holy fuck? You know?
But the thing is, dude, I find this like idiocity like kind of endearing.
Well, I mean, there's a line, right, between it's like, okay, they're stupid to a fault to where like it's preventing the show from moving forward, slash like they have a little bit of like naivety to them, right? Like
It is that. It honestly is that to me.
the former or the latter.
The former.
Oh, well then that's annoying.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't understand what you meant by former or latter there. He is like he's naive in a very like
Oh,
endearing way, bro.
okay. Well, that's different.
Like the way he like goes through like resolution and stuff, like he'll
Like
always
this
take
guy.
like um they aren't that far apart, bro. They really aren't. Like just like he always does this thing where it's like it seems like there's going to be like a major problem or an issue, but his solution, he just like does like or like they'll set him up in a position where it's like you have to choose this or this and like it's going to be like, "Oh, no way he chooses that." But he will just because like he's just kind of a goat in that way. I'm having a hard time explaining it, bro, but like he will always like make a hard situation like easy from like honestly like being naive.
That's good.
It's very entertaining.
Question:
Yeah,
how much time do they spend like on a boat versus like on land?
way more on land.
Oh, that's good.
Way more.
Are there whole episodes of them just like sitting on the boat chopping it up?
Yeah, there's a few. Dude, but those are good, bro. I honestly, dude, this is one thing I don't know. Tell me if this would annoy you or not. So you know they're a pirate crew, yeah?
Sure.
So often, bro, they're separated, dude. And like so often you see like the different like relationships, like they'll throw this guy with this guy and this guy with this guy.
I don't
But
hate that.
like, yeah, it's kind of fun. But dude, honestly, I've been getting to the point I'm like, please just like let me see the fucking Straw Hats on screen, dude. Like, I really just want to see all of them together, working together, not like, oh, fucking Chopper's lost with Sanji again. Oh, and he's here. Oh, and oh, fucking hell. Like every single arc, bro, they're like they get separated. It's like holy smokes.
Yeah, it's such a weird. It's such a weird medium, anime. Like, I don't know. Especially like, I guess what I should really specify what I'm talking about. Like, well, maybe I shouldn't. There's so many elements of anime as a whole that I think I could point towards and kind of get frustrated with. A big part of it being like the weird depiction of women, and especially like the depiction of man's lust for women in anime is
Uh-huh.
always just like strangely portrayed. And like
Oh,
I don't mean to be like dismissive of a culture, but I would reject the idea that like that's a part of Japanese culture is to be like perverted, you know? Like I very much so think that's like kind of a way that people want to display a typical younger male protagonist's views, which of course like young men, can be perverted. I'm not going to act like not, that's not a thing that exists, but I think the way they depict it is oftentimes annoying and like unnecessary,
there's
Like
a horny character in One Piece. Like that's like basically his thing, is that he's
I
horny.
struggle to think of an anime that does not contain at least one very horny character.
Dude, they have Sanji so horny, bro, in this most recent arc. Like he's at his peak horny in this arc, bro. And he's literally so horny, bro, that he gets nosebleeds so bad that they'll like launch him into the air. because he's
Holy
like,
fuck,
and
that's weird.
he's at the point where he's just like he'll see a girl and like launch into the air with a nosebleed.
Can I actually please go through the my anime list, like top 100, and point out every anime I've seen and say if it has weird perversion in it? Okay. What show is this? They use the Japanese names, and I don't know them. What is this? Oh, this is Demon Slayer. I haven't seen Demon Slayer, but I already know
Yes,
because
I know that there
the
is.
sister is like bondage type shit. It's very weird. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I don't recall. I did watch this. I
I
don't
didn't
really
watch
remember.
that.
I don't remember it being too perverted. I think a little bit at times, but not really. Not really. I'll give that one its marks. Steins Gate, extremely horny. Gintama, I've never seen it, but from what I've gathered from it being, comedy, and the people online who praise it are horny weirdos. So I'm gonna go with yes. I think this is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, I will not drag. I think Attack on Titan's pretty good about the way they depict women. Hunter x Hunter, the main antagonist is like a pedophile. So yeah. I don't know what that is. I'll start talking about the ones that I've seen while I keep scrolling through here. Naruto's perverted. They have a character called Pervy Sage in Naruto, and it's weird. Code Geass is
Yes,
perverted. It's
bro.
perverted for sure.
That
Um,
show is fucked up, I must say, with that. Their
oh
perversion in
yeah,
that show is weird.
and they're high schoolers too.
Yeah, they're weird in that show, bro.
Uh-huh. Another one that I've seen that I is actually probably my favorite. Well, one
I
of my
feel like
favorite.
they fucking just figured out how to draw boobs because they always do like still shots of boobs. Like, check out these. I know how to draw like freaking like disproportional boobs.
Yeah, and it's definitely weird in that show, and in general, yeah, the way they draw is weird. I even think in one of my favorites, our favorites, Welcome to the NHK, definitely very perverted. I think you can make the case in that show that it's like, sort of central to the development of the
Calculated
character,
perversion.
calculated perversion, but perversion and probably a little bit unnecessary perversion nonetheless. But you can say, I think, a bit about how like the hikikomori, lifestyle they're trying to portray does definitely
Yeah,
have that like incel kind of vibe, which I do
that
think
show,
is fair.
it's weird with that show. I wouldn't even say that it's perverted though, honestly.
Yeah,
Like they
I
have
think
some
it.
shots that are like bordering, like when he goes into his buddy's fucking room who lives next door. Like they go overboard with like the way they set up his room and like decorate his room and shit, you know?
I forgot the art where he's making the girl game,
Yeah,
and
making the girl game, like, you know, like it can get close, but I wouldn't say it's perverted though.
I love that show.
Because even the way he like interacts with that girl he likes, you know, like he doesn't do it
Uh-huh.
in a perverted way.
No, it's not that bad.
And they don't
Um,
portray her in a perverted way.
I will say, Mob Psycho, totally clean. Love Mob Psycho. Not weird about girls. I don't think really at all. Um, Also, this by the same creator, One Punch Man. I don't recall that being weird about women. I love One Punch Man. Apparently, everybody hates the second season though, so I haven't seen it. What else have I watched? I guess Death Note. Oh yeah, Death Note's weird. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's that. Did you ever watch Death Note?
Yeah, watch the first season.
There's some female character that comes in at some point uh, that's like weirdly sexual and like just unnecessary. I forgot one of our friends was showing us this like older anime. I don't know. I thought it might have been Akira, but I don't think it is. But like, it's like a classic anime. Everybody, no, I don't think it was Akira. Um, it's like this classic anime that everybody loves. The main female protagonist comes on screen. She's like, "Oh yeah, my dad just like made me this new suit. It's like fucking like underwear basically, like the fucking bra is like pointed like fucking mech type shit. It's like, oh my god, bro, like ridiculous. So I guess point being, I'm kind of just having fun scrolling through thinking about what I've seen at this point, but point being, they're all kind of, oh, I want to talk about one in particular. Made in Abyss, you ever heard of that one?
No.
Dude, oh god, it actually makes me like slightly uncomfortable to talk about. But there's this anime called Made in Abyss, which is pretty popular. People like it quite a bit. And honestly, I can say the show was like pretty enjoyable for me for parts of it. But like what I didn't really realize and like should have definitely been more aware of was like the fucking manga at the library and shit has like plastic wrap over it. And what that means for a manga typically is that like, there's nudity or like some other kind of shit in it. But that show is like about children, or at least like they look like children. They're very much so children in the show. And like I don't know what they do in the manga. I don't think they went as far in the anime, but there's definitely some weird shots in the anime of like panning up on like these like children looking things. And it's like definitely some like weird sexualization of children, which like is obviously fucking weird. And like I don't think I'll ever watch that show again because like upon reflection was too far into that category. I think yeah, it's 77 on top anime list. And I don't know, maybe I'm kind of out of line. Maybe I'm taking it too far in terms of like thinking it's worse than it actually is. But like just like some weird elements, I guess, is what I would say. You know?
I mean, the characters are looking pretty young.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're not like are they human or like I kind of forget the vibe with it.
Yeah. Hey, look at
there's like some human-ish characters or some yeah. I don't know. I do think the manga gets worse. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't want to look too much into it. Anyway, so that's one complaint: weird sexualization in anime. Two, like I already touched on, is like the annoying like training arcs that like take too long and are frustrating. Anyway,
Yeah, I think we've done enough for Scott this week.
yeah,
What do you think about that?
yeah. I think we've really gone through a lot.
Do you think
Maybe we
Scott's nodding his head like these guys have done enough?
yeah. Did you tell Jimmy to watch the episode last week? Because he texted me.
No.
Really?
No, I did not tell him to watch the episode.
Oh, he just watches?
Does he? I don't know he does.
He texted me about it. That's awesome. I love that.
Was he fucking with it?
He didn't say anything about the podcast, I'll tell you that much.
Oh.
He was texting me about it. Well, because I said I wanted Jimmy to text me back at the podcast last week. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Um,
Damn.
but yeah, he didn't say nice pot or anything. So,
Yikes.
yikes. Yikes.
That's not good for us. We are cooked on this
We are
show.
cooked.
You know that, right?
For sure.
Well, good thing the NBA season's just around the corner, so we can dive full into NBA. Next week,
Yeah.
we'll be ranking the top 10 point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers. We'll rank them all.
Perfect.
Um, Week after that, power rank all 30 teams.
Dude,
Week after that,
this
uh,
um this American tennis player is about to upset the world number one
oh
in the
shit,
US
like
Open in the quarterfinal.
as we speak.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then we need to get off and go watch that, guys. So, on that note, bye everybody. Thanks for tuning in.